How you doing, guys? DJ AJ 101 here, and guess what? Today, finally, Apple has sent out invitations, as you can see right over my right shoulder right here, for their March 2nd event in 1 week from today for their iPad 2. Obviously, they picked March 2nd because of the 2 for the 2nd of March, and obviously with the tagline, "Come see what 2011 will be the year of," I think it will be the year of tablets. Not a question, not just the iPad, but a ton of other competitors with the Motorola Xoom and the Android tablets coming out in mass quantities. There's going to be quite a bit of competition for Apple in the tablet space. Now, I just wanted to give you a quick little rundown on what I'm expecting. I've seen a lot of other videos, and I'm sure you have as well if you're watching mine, on what you can all expect to become of the iPad 2. Would have been all the rumors circulating and everything, but I just kind of wanted to give you a couple of my thoughts on maybe what I can believe that's with some of the rumors that have been going around. I don't want to give you guys all the garbage, that everybody else is saying, oh, it's going to have this and this and that, and whatever. But I just want to give you some of my realistic, thoughts and opinions on what I hope to see in the next iPad 2 within 1 week, because I'm really excited. I'm hoping to get one as well. I want to get it on the bandwagon this time around because I've played with the iPad 1, really liked it, but I think it was lacking some key features, especially one that I really wanted. But I just want to give you guys my quick rundown. So let's get started. I don't think this first one is this is a no-brainer at all. For the first one that we're going to see, you're going to see a front-facing camera. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. Really excited. Just want to get this video out there to tell you guys about my thoughts. But front-facing camera. Front-facing camera has been touted in the iPhone, iPod Touch, and now the new MacBook Air, and of course all the Mac laptops now being converted from a iSight camera to a FaceTime camera. So FaceTime is what Apple's been touting. There's no question that FaceTime is going to be in the iPad. So no question you're probably going to be able to FaceTime video chat over Wi-Fi, hopefully over the cellular networks as well. With the iPad 2, we'll just have to wait and see. But I think a front-facing camera at least is going to be a guarantee. Maybe even a rear-facing camera, have to see. I'm not too sure about that one, but most definitely a front-facing camera. Second is the screen resolution. A lot of people have been, and I've kind of heard some of the things, recently about, there's not really a reason that they need to upgrade the screen resolution. I'm going to kind of stick with that one, as I believe now I would have always hoped for a more Retina-like display like you have on the iPhone here. But I really don't think that's in Apple's plans right now, especially to keep the price the way it is, to keep it nice and level with the prices that they have now, from the $500 range to the $800 range for the top-end iPad. I think they want to stick within that $300 price range for all the iPad models. So I think the screen might stay at the same 1366 by 768 resolution. It would be nice to see an upgrade, especially to a more Retina-like display with more pixels. But I think that might be on the lower end of everybody's expectations, but we're going to have to wait and see. I would really hope that it would, but it's not going to be on my high expectations, because I don't really think that they want to increase the price, and I think that might increase the price just a bit. CPU. No question, the 1 GHz Apple A4 is a powerful chip, but I think with all the Android and Motorola Xoom tablets coming out with these dual-core CPUs in the tablet form factor, Apple's definitely going to have to keep up. So we are probably going to see a dual-core A4 chip in the iPad 2, no question, probably just over 1 GHz. I think a lot we're saying 1.2, 1.3 GHz dual-core A4. So I don't think that there's a question about that. More powerful CPU, and to go along with the more powerful CPU, I'm also looking for more memory. Right now, I think there's just over 256, around the 256 megabytes of memory range in the iPad 1. I think in the iPad 2 we're going to see at the absolute minimum 512. I would hope to even closer to be to a gigabyte of RAM on board this iPad 2 for even greater performance with your games and your applications, especially with multitasking. To keep more things running at once, the more powerful CPU and more RAM will definitely be needed in the iPad 2, and I think Apple can really take advantage of this market by putting more in and increasing the performance. So we'll have to wait and see about that, but I am expecting a more powerful CPU and more powerful RAM in the next iPad. I think that's a guarantee, especially to keep up with these Android and Motorola-based tablets. And I think one of the biggest ones for me, and this is why I did hold off, when the iPad originally launched, it was launched in Wi-Fi and cellular data models. The only carrier that they had on those cellular data models was AT&T. Now I know where I live, and I told you guys about this in my previous videos, that I live kind of in an area where I can't get AT&T 3G service, and I actually had my microcell unboxing, which I actually use for my iPhone, which works really nicely on my iPhone plan, to give me 3G throughout my house, and gives me great coverage in my house. But when I go outside, I'm back to the regular old Edge connection, which is terribly slow and nowhere near 3G. So what I would like to see in the next iPad, and I'm almost guaranteeing you're going to see, is you're going to see that dual Qualcomm chip in, like they had in new Verizon iPhones, to work on the both CDMA and GSM networks, which is both Verizon and AT&T's networks. I think you're going to see that in the iPad too. Not only that, I think you're going to be able to see a choice, that you're actually be able to, you know, see a choice between AT&T and Verizon, because I would love to get an iPad that has the Verizon chip in it so that I can connect to Verizon Wireless's 3G network. I don't think we're going to see 4G in the iPad. I think that's still a ways down the line. So no 4G in this iPad. Maybe potentially the next one next year, but you know, that's for the next video. Just to wrap up my thoughts, I think the iPad is going to be a little bit more sleeker, maybe even a hair thinner, and I think it will definitely be quite a bit lighter, because I know with a lot of the early reviews, a lot of people said that if they're holding the tablet in their hand, their arms tend to get really tired, in that £1.50 range. I think is a little bit on the high end. I think it'd be nice to see it around the pound range, closer to the pound range instead of £1.50. But anyways, those are my thoughts, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think the iPad is going to have a incredibly large resolution display? Do you think there's even going to be a smaller iPad? I don't think that's going to happen. I think Apple will stick with the standard iPad that they have now, but I think it could be on the table that an iPad mini. What do you guys think? I'm not going to include it in mine because I don't think we're going to see it, but if you guys have any comments or like to leave a video response, please feel free. And like I said, we're going to see what happens on March 2nd. I'm hoping to give you my thoughts and opinions after, so stay tuned to my channel. And please subscribe to me if you haven't for all your latest tech news. I hope to be doing more of this because I've kind of been lacking with everything else that's been going on. But enough of the personal stuff. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the iPad too. And what do you guys think? Leave a comment or video response. I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. But until then, have a good one.